You know, I used to look down on people that weren't currently employed or in training. I guess they call it NEAT. Yeah, that's the word for it. I didn't even know the lingo. Not employed or enrolled in training. But I don't even blame people for that anymore, because so many of the young people, most of the jobs they have offered to them are really shitty. Low paying, no benefit, part-time bullshit. And the younger generation is completely fucked. You guys aren't going to get a career. Your college education is going to just be a debt. You're not going to be married. You're not going to have children. The average man nowadays just exists to make everyone else money. Pay taxes. I paid $10,000 in taxes already this year, and I've only made $40,000, so that's fucking 25%, dude. I get none of that back, by the way. I get to work my ass off all week and come home to my Bagel Bites and my Xbox. That's my reward. And it's there's no incentive really for a lot of people. What are you gonna do? I mean, like I said, you're not gonna be able to afford a house. You'll be struggling to survive. Who wants to work all week just to be struggling to pay the bills? I live with so I have a roommate in my house. I live in a house I inherited from my dad. We share the bills 50-50. My truck is 20 years old. And this is working 5 through 7 days a week, 40 hours minimum, 60 hours max. And I barely have anything to show for it. Even with all the bonuses and privileges I've gotten that not everyone has, obviously. I barely got anything. So just imagine the younger people that have to rent and deal with all that bullshit and struggling to survive. I don't blame people. If your only options are to work at Burger King and mop the floors, or just live on disability, welfare, food stamps, I would just take the welfare, dude, because my first job was retail. I hated it so much. I would rather take a shotgun blast to the face than work in retail or food service. I hate the idea of serving the public. That's even more humiliating. The most humiliating aspect of those jobs is you get paid so little to serve the public that doesn't give a fuck about you. That's so depressing, dude. I'm so glad I work in a factory. I don't have to deal with the public. I get to work at my own station. But yeah, the jobs just offered to young people are so bad. I don't blame anyone who doesn't want to work. And it's just gonna, things don't get better, dude. I'm 30 years old. They're either gonna stay the same or get worse. And I see it just getting worse for people trying to enter the workforce. You're not gonna be able to build a career. My sister has a master's in biology from the University of Michigan. Pretty reputable university. 4 years degree. I mean, come on, that seems pretty good, but she's never been able to get a career with it just because there's so much competition, way too many people, and not enough of the high-paying jobs. Your odds of having any success in that are just so low. But yeah, just something I want to talk about real quick, because I'm wasting my life in a factory every day, and I don't feel like I'm any better off for it than someone who's just living in some trailer on disability. If there's no incentives, then why should we waste our lives doing this shit? Like, remember back in the day, you could get. That's what the boomers are always like. The younger people have no work ethic. Well, yeah, because they don't get the same incentives. You old people, when you used to work, you could get a house and a new car and a wife and family. That shit's impossible to get nowadays. So, you have the choices of busting your ass all week for little to nothing. I come home to my bagel bites, being oppressed and treated like a second-rate citizen by the government and society. And this is the thanks, dude. Your thanks for doing that is you're treated like garbage, and 20% of your money is stolen to give to the people that don't work. Yeah, working sucks ass, and I hate it. I hate that I have to do it. I mean, if you can get paid more to where I can actually have something to show for it, like, how about a car that isn't 20 years old? And I'm working 50 hours a week on average. I can't even afford a new car, dude. I tried to buy a Honda Accord. I couldn't even get approved for it. A used Honda Accord with 50,000 miles on it, and I couldn't get approved for that. I can only imagine like how bad it is for the people out there paying rent. And oh man, this just sucks. I'm so glad I live in a house that I inherited, but still, like, other than that, I got nothing to show for my fucking wage slaving. So I don't even blame like these young people nowadays. They just want to be like YouTube and TikTok stars. I mean, fuck it, chase your dream while you're young. So at least you know that you either failed or succeeded. Otherwise, you're just gonna waste your life like me. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. Just, that's all you can really do. Plus, it's a much better life than having to work in some fucking store or fast food job, which is mostly the jobs available to younger people. I know they do like DoorDash nowadays, which is popular too. But yeah, I don't blame people for not wanting to work at all. I hate it so much.